Hey everyone, and welcome to my video about explaining how to place the entrance area of the Tealia Zoo blueprint pack. This is one of the blueprints I made of the other 32 blueprints where you can build a whole zoo with. If you want to check them out, check the link in the description. I put the whole collection in there. So here we are in a brand new sandbox, lots of possibilities. Makes me always so happy to see a brand new sandbox. But anyway, we're gonna place our entrance. The first thing you need to do is to delete the old entrance. You do that by tapping on I on your keyboard, or you go to the bottom right and select the selecting tool. Then you select the whole building or also the trees, doesn't matter, hit delete and ba-bam. Building is gone. Next you go into paths and then you right click to delete all the path that is in here, or you hold the delete key on your keyboard and then just press your mouse and hover over them to delete all the paths. These four pieces of path, they will not delete. I haven't found a solution on this yet. If somebody knows this, please let me know, because it's annoying me so much. Now, placing the entrance. I advise you guys to place the entrance in the corner of your map, because the entrance itself is like a big square and it's more logical to shove it into a corner or against a mountain or something like that. You can use all the corners of this map, it doesn't matter. I also chose the European biome map because I think it fits the most of the style that I made. I made a blueprint pack that does not consist of a lot of drinking stalls, for example, or a lot of shade, which you will need in like a tropical biome or a heat biome or a cold biome. So I would advise you to I would advise you to get the European biome. So of course you will go to your blueprints and then you will go to your Steam Workshop blueprints. I have it now in my blueprints. But you of course search for the Tealia Park entrance. It will take maybe a lot of time to load, maybe not so much. It depends on your computer. And you will see we're already making a mistake. We left some trees over here, so we need to delete them first. So I deleted all the trees you can select them and delete them or use the selection tool. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna flatten the terrain. Now, it is not necessary because all my blueprints are habitat blueprints, which means it also saves terrain, which means that if you just place them as it is, the terrain will be leveled with them. But if you want to level the terrain because you want to place it yourself, you can of course first level it. Make sure you're doing like a big square, and make sure you're using a different kind of terrain paint, because then you can actually see that the ground is leveled and you are not missing any pieces. Okay, now the ground is leveled. Now we're gonna take our blueprint of the entrance. It's called Tealia Park entrance. And I'm first gonna let you guys see how it looks when you just place it as is. Just tap on X, which will open the advanced move tool, and now you can move freely and have a look at it. And what I suggest you do is press X again, put on angle snap here on the right, and make sure the metro station is on the left, because in that way you can have an entrance going over there and an entrance going to the left side. So just choose a spot you want to place it, maybe a bit further here, and then you just hit OK, place, and it says failed. Okay. This is good to see, because that means maybe you need to put it a little bit further away from the edge of the zoo. See, now it places. And as you can see, it automatically levels the terrain with it. So if you want an easy placement, you can just do this, and then afterwards you like alter the terrain a little bit, so you can like make a path or something. But I'll also show you guys how you need to place it with leveling. So let's say you want to level this entrance. What you need to pay attention to is the floor tiles. So you press X again, which brings you an advanced move tool, and then you bring it down, and you have to make sure, you have to move it very carefully, and you have to make sure the floor tiles are just above the ground. And this is something, you know, it's not easy. You won't get it right away. If you zoom in really close and like move it really, really slowly. It should work, hold on. So this is actually not really leveled, but it could be possible to, you know, the only thing that will happen that if it's not, see, this is, I would leave it like this. This is perfect. If it is a little bit above the ground, the only thing that will happen is that guests, their shoes will clip through the floor tiles a little bit. But if it's like just a couple of millimeters, I mean, nobody's gonna notice, so I shouldn't worry about that. So if you've done that, you can just place it. It could be possible that the water in the fountains and in this lake will be removed when you place this entrance. So I want to point out attention to that. It didn't happen to me this time. It did happen to me previous time. So you might want to check on that. For these signs, you know, you can just click them and delete them as well. This one too. Now for the path, start making a path on the left e-ticket entrance. Wait, that is not the e-ticket entrance, Nadia. Okay, start with making a path here on the left e-ticket entrance, and just choose, you know, the asphalt path is fine. Just click once and then click on rasterize here on the right, and then just grid as much as possible of this center square. Okay, don't go into the other entrance yet, and don't go into the spawn points yet. So now you've done that, you deselect the roster and you connect the path to the other e-ticket entrance. And you will do the same with these. You just click once and then connect them. Be sure you have angle snap on so you will get a straight path. Whoops, I forgot a little bit. Make sure you also extend the path through here until this bench, and that is enough. Now to connect the spawn points, I suggest you pick another path, because this path is the path that is actually going to be seen. So pick a path that you like. Maybe it is the asphalt path, but I choose the black path. So what you do is you don't select a grid, you just freely make a path. So you see it will snap here. Just click it and then hold your mouse and make a slanted path going upwards. The reason I will not use as much stairs in making my builds is because Paul Slay heavily inspired me with that by saying you also need to make sure you make a park for people also with disabilities, you know. And so I make also elevators, I made slanted paths and not stairs and stuff like that. But anyways, you will click here, hold your mouse, go up once, and then hold your mouse and go down once, and then you will actually align to grid, and you click on this path and you go 2 steps into the metro station. Then you deselect the grid and then you will connect it to the spawn point. For the path on the other side, you also make sure you are not aligning to the grid, and you start with the slanted path going upwards on the left side of this entrance. So you go up again, you go down again, and then you select align to grid, and then you go to the right into the metro station building 2 times, deselect grid and connect to path. Now for the last part, you just also make sure you're not aligned to grid, and then you click here, and then it will automatically connect itself. Now what I also would do is turn on a railing on, sorry, I always need to see, like, my old Planet Zoo is in Dutch, so I'm trying to make it in English, but you have to make sure your railings are on for leveled paths, like paths that are higher. So I would add some railings on these slanted parts to, you know, make it look a little bit more believable. The last part of the path is doing these staff buildings, and I suggest, okay, wow. I just noticed the ground is sticking through this, this part, which is not a complete disaster, you guys. What you can do is you just double click on a tile. Okay, so this tile is just one group, so you can just press X, click on that tile, press X, and move it up a bit. See, all fine. So this tile is part of a group, so what you do is you double click it and you separate it from the group, click X again, and then you place it again. Right, this looks a whole lot better, and you can also finish this if you want by just Ctrl Xing this tile and move it up to the right. If you put it here, you will get cross-fighting, which you can fix, but you can just move it to the right. It's fine, and then just finish it off like this, you know, and then it will look neat. Okay, so this last part is a bit tricky, but there's nothing that we can't do on Planet Zoo, you guys. You got to believe in yourself that you can. Okay, so you place the path over here at the trade center. You click once, and then you align to grid. Click the path and make sure you do it until the quarantine, okay? Not further. Then you deselect the grid, and then you make a path coming from the vets, and then you align to grid, and then make it until the staff room, deselect grid, and then it needs to connect it some way. Maybe just make one more grid, deselect. Yep, see, now it connects. So you connect it. And then there is a automatic wait. Oh, my English is broken today. I'm so sorry, you guys. I want to explain it so well for you, but there's an automatic entrance for a path over here. So you make it, you know, and you can extend this path further over here. Then you also got to make sure it is all connected to the doors. So this one is already connected, so they can all access the different staff facilities. All right. What you can do over here is you can actually, you know, you can make it like this, and then make a staff path. Just one. So, you know, the guests won't go into the staff facilities, and then you connect it further up on here. How you will do that, that is really your choice. You know, you can align to grid here and, you know, make it fully gridded, or you can choose where you want your guests to be. Obviously you want them to sit on the benches, so you would make a path here, but it depends all on what you're going to place here and what you're going to place here and here. So yeah. The last thing I want to point out is don't forget to delete the habitat barrier. Maybe you already done this, but don't forget to delete the habitat barrier. Alright you guys, that sums up this tutorial about how to place my Tealia Park entrance. I hope it was clear to you guys. If not, just leave a comment and I will make sure I answer it. I also stream on Twitch, so if you want to see that, click on the link down in the description to see my Twitch channel. I'm also on Instagram and on TikTok, on Reddit and on Discord if you want to join our lovely community. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and remember, a good heart always wins.